Hello and welcome back to another video by ZJ Cat, and today we are back with another crypto video. And today I wanted to kind of make a very interesting video that talks about the PulseChain network. Is it really a hype? Why is it dying down and stuff like that? And I feel like it's kind of important to address things as there is some updates post-launch, right? And most importantly as well, I wanted to compare it to the older brother, you know what I mean? Ethereum. Is it really much better than Ethereum? And you're going to find out today after I've done pretty good amount of research that I want to share with you guys. And yeah, starting number one obviously is, what is PulseChain? To keep it quite simple, guys, it has launched this year, a few months ago, 3 months ago. And yeah, it's basically a hard fork of Ethereum. To keep it as simple as that, it is a hard fork of Ethereum, but they have done some changes, right? Because when you think of Ethereum, what are the issues with Ethereum, guys? Okay, yes, we have merged from a proof of work to a proof of stake, type of crypto coin with Ethereum, which is Ethereum 2.0, but did it really resolve the high gas fees issues? No, it did not. Okay, and the second thing as well is the nature of Ethereum, how it is inflationary. It literally every few seconds it mints more Ethereum. Okay, this is not really good in terms of you kind of want to reduce that circulating supply. Okay, at least with Bitcoin, for example, there's a halving effect. So soon enough, we will have a zero increase rate of Bitcoin being generated, for example, to reward the proof of work miners, for example, right? But going back to it, so the issue with Ethereum, right, is because when you think of PulseChain, you're like, okay, this is the solution, okay, but was there a problem to begin with, right? And this is what we need to kind of address. Number one, you already said the high gas fees, guys. Literally, it's averaging what, $100, where you can't really make if you want to sell something that's worth $10, you have to pay 100 to afford selling something that's worth $10. Okay, so you can kind of understand how stuff like games are not really incentivized to use it on Ethereum. They've had to move away, right? So yeah, I mean the only good thing that Ethereum did, obviously, right, is it did revolutionize the ability to start tokens on top of crypto chains, right? With the implementation of ERC20 that came in 2015, like now you're allowed to actually build DeFi's, dApps, tokens on top of the Ethereum blockchain. That is revolution. I'm not gonna lie. This is why I'm calling PulseChain the younger brother, the brother that fixes what the older brother couldn't do. Okay, and yeah, I mean, second of all, as well, it's just the times of the block times. So the actual transaction times it takes. It takes an average of 13 seconds when PulseChain takes an average of what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, sometimes if less, right? So when you compare it to, this is what they've done with PulseChain. They've tried to make it more, and they have. They've made it more sustainable. So obviously it's a proof of work, a proof of stake cryptocurrency, and they've made the gas fees extremely low. Literally, like we're talking gas fees less than $1, guys, and they are quick. So immediately, PulseChain is more sustainable, is faster, and it is cheaper, as you guys can see. And the second thing that I was going to say is that its nature is indeed deflationary. Yep, nature is indeed deflationary. It burns 25% of transaction fees, and obviously this helps to reduce the circulating supply. That's obviously a win-win. And second of all, uh, that's it's just really good, obviously, right? So being the proof of stake that it is, it allows people to stake their assets or lock in their assets, so they can become miners for the blockchain, which obviously gives them the rewards. And it is a deflationary, so the rewards actually come from the transaction fees. It doesn't mint new tokens to give the rewards, right? And what is the rewards is in its native PulseChain token, which is PLS. So yeah, that's actually quite really, I would say, already groundbreaking improvements, guys. You want to think about scalability, longevity, sustainability. I think PulseChain really has it. But now we need to address the issue of the price of Pulse. Why is it super low? We're basically, if we look at the chart and we kind of compare its all-time high to where we are right now, it is indeed, yes, minus 87% down. right? That's crazy low. Okay, in my opinion, I look at this as, okay, this area right here is the hype phase. Okay, this is the parabolic rise where, okay, it's inevitable, it's going to come down. Okay, because it's just parabolic hype, right? And I think the phase that we are in right now is where the hype is no longer there, but we're in the growth phase. Okay, so this is where actually the real value of the token is set, and we are kind of at that price right now. Okay, obviously the same thing is happening with PulseX, and if you don't know what's PulseX, PulseX is also made by Richard Hart, where he also forked PancakeSwap to make his own DEX on PulseChain Network. And yeah, PulseX is it's actually pretty nice. I actually really like it. Um, it's good. It does its thing, right? I like the UI and stuff like that. Obviously, there's probably more. It's still obviously in the works as well, being developed. And yeah, that's PulseX, and it has its own token as well. And obviously, it does follow the parent token, so it did have that hype phase, and now it's literally going down, 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 finding its real value. This is why I'm calling it the growth phase, right? So yeah, guys, that's actually the most of what you need to know about PulseChain. There's actually two more things that you need to know, but before we go into the two more things, which I'm basically going to say, they're fetch and they're safe. Okay, there's PulseChain safe and there's PulseChain fetch. Before we get into that, I just want to compare you guys and remind you, okay, and again, you can use this information as you will, is that when we look at Ethereum's kind of beginning phase, all right, and I'm talking about around 2016, just around right there, okay. And I just want to, I was just looking at the graph. I was like, okay, history does repeat itself, right? Where PulseChain will go through the same kind of phases as Ethereum did, okay? And I've seen the article, it literally said, comparing the initial price of Ethereum to its ATH was like literally a 13,000x. And they're saying, oh, would PulseChain reach that, in terms of price predictions? And we're talking, guys, like they're saying, oh, will PulseChain reach $1 by 2025? Guys, do you understand what is $1 compared to the price that we have right now? Like, it's crazy amounts of gains. So if we did 1 divided by the price that we are right now, we look at literally a 28,000x. Okay, so if we said it's, let's say, we just want it to reach 25 cents, right? Divided with the price that we are at now, it's a 7,000x, guys. That's crazy. Let's say you've put in a $200 investment to that. You become a millionaire. Okay. Is this aspirational? Yes. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it's aspirational. Okay. So I have literally, I don't really know. That's too big of a number for me to just be like, oh yeah, you know what I mean. But the best thing that we can do is to kind of, identify those patterns, the phases that we are in right now. As I said, it is the growth phase, so don't expect anything from this chart in the next year. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. In the next 365 days, don't expect much. Okay, this is the phase that we're building the community. This is the phase that we're building the infrastructure, the foundations, the dApps, the DeFi's, those projects that want to launch right now. Is a great time right now, right? Because everything's cheaper price, everything's nice. And the community is building, and I feel like actually the community of Pulse chain is much better than Ethereum. We already have like a Telegram on the Pulse about PulseX, about PulseChain. We got a Telegram about Fetch, and there's probably a Telegram as well about Safe. And I'm gonna get to what are those two. But this is the part that I want to talk about, the Ethereum chart. That I kind of feel like, it feels like we're in the same stage right here. You know what I mean? This is in 2016. We're looking at a price of literally $7, and then it went up, and I'm gonna call this the hype phase. It went all the way to $1,365, and then it broke down again back to its lowest, which is probably what, $88, right? So if we compare that price difference, 88 to 1,365, that is a 6%, which is basically a 90 94% decrease. Literally the same thing that we're seeing right now. We are in a, basically a 90% decrease right now from that all-time high. And then what happened after that? When we zoom out, or when we look into the future, that was literally just a small bump in the graph, right? I mean, obviously, when you look at the price right now, it is closing at 1.8, which is literally way above that all-time high. So yeah, this is why I'm kind of making this video. I'm just saying like, okay, identify the phases of the graph, use your technical analysis, okay, to make your judgments, make your data analysis and stuff. Don't go by emotions and just be biased and blinded by things. You want to be realistic, okay? Like, for example, stuff that's happening with Richard Hart and his drama, okay, it's not really helping, right? SEC, fined him XYZ for, spending something on luxury stuff. And then perhaps what happened with Hex, maybe he did buy in the pre-sale himself, XYZ. It is what it is, okay? This is why I'm not gonna lie to you. The way I look at PulseChain, I don't really look at it as, okay, there's one person that represents it. I look at PulseChain as a community that represents it. So the drama that's happening with Richard Hart, honestly, it doesn't really faze me with PulseChain, because literally there's literally a separate dev team that are working really hard. Those are talented people with 10 years plus of experience with blockchain developers, right? That are building and developing this chain. So I don't feel like this guy, I have actually no feelings towards him, by the way. Like, I've seen some of his videos. He sounds like the professional deacon, you know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, I mean, it is what he's going through. I hope the best for him, obviously. But yeah, with Hex, again, it is what it is. Stuff like that happens, but it did go 10,000x, which the people who were on that ride, man, oof, money, life-changing money. Let me just tell you that, okay? But yeah, going back to it, the second thing that I just want to talk about, Fetch Oracle, is basically, you want to think about it, this is in progress, that's built up, right? And I forgot what's company, Teller, is the Teller that's building this. And if you guys, just to keep it simple, what is Oracle? Oracle, you want to think about it as an advanced API, application programming interface, which basically helps fetch real life or real time data, super accurate data about the prices and tokens on the Pulse chain, because those centralized, price sources are not that accurate, and and that basically brings in vulnerabilities where people can, execute flash loan transactions and then get that, price difference from one DEX to another, and then they can literally drain. I forgot there's a name for that term, for that action or vulnerability attack, basically, right? So we need an oracle for literally real life data. Okay, and it shows you, how it works, real world data and events, and you got reporters, and then this is the oracle, right? And then this is the users are fetching. It's literally an API, but it's more advanced. Okay, so it's super interesting. So here's the problem, right? It basically says, blockchain-based smart contract applications that require access to real-time data and real-world data such as price feeds. But the problem is centralized points are increasingly vulnerable to manipulation, attack, and censorship. Right, and the solution, obviously, which is Fetch, is being developed. I believe it's on a test net. I'm not 100% sure. Completely decentralized, immutable, has no admin keys. There's no whitelisting, no permission required. We love this, right? Distributed network of anonymous reporters who protect, verify, and validate submitted data. So this is absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? And I'm assuming you can obviously be a miner, I believe. Yeah, you can see it. The tips goes to the reporters, which is basically like how miners and validators work on the blockchain. So actually, I'm quite interested to become a reporter on this, to make that a little bit, passive income, honestly. So I'm actually really excited. And there's going to be a Fetch token as well, which has not launched, but I'm absolutely going to be on the lookout for that. And just the last thing I wanted to talk about is there's also another project called the PulseChain Safe. I forgot the name of the company that's behind this. I think it's called Gnosis, something like that. Gnosis Safe. So this one will help with like flash loans, and as well you can manage your digital assets, but you can have multiple people, multiple owners that manage it. So this is quite interesting. You know what I mean? This enters the realm of like corporation, an organization, teams and stuff like that. That's actually quite interesting, I'm not gonna lie. And these are legit companies behind it. That's PulseChain that's hiring to build on top of the existing PulseChain network, guys. This is what I mean by community love and the family feel of this. I don't feel the same in Ethereum. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Plus, you guys have already seen. I feel like this is kind of the same phase that the same phase that we've seen, right? All-time high, and it goes down like 85%, 90%, and then for example, it took what it took years. It does take years. This is why you gotta be patient. This is why I'm telling you guys, price prediction, does it really matter? I mean, it does if you're patient enough. It does if you can delay your gratification. Okay, it does if you're smart. So that's the information I'm going to leave you with. But the good thing is you do have plenty of time to make up your mind and do your own research and due diligence. Okay, and guys, I'm actually going to end the video there. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think of PulseChain? What do you think of Ethereum? Have you stopped using Ethereum because PulseChain has launched? Are you using both? And what do you think of Richard Heart? Is he a meme? Is he irresponsible? Does he need to be accountable? I know the SEC has some charges for him because he spent some luxury goods and stuff. It is what it is. Maybe hope he learned more from it. I know what he did with Hex. Maybe it's not the best, tactics, but people move on, okay, to bigger things. Okay, at the end of the day, Hex was, it's literally like any other project, guys. So I'm not really gonna blame Richard Hart for what happened. Literally, a lot of things literally skyrocket and they come down again. It's literally, were you part of that wave to make money? People, it's a 10,000x. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, right? But anyways, we're talking here about PulseChain. We're talking about an actual network, a chain, a new chain. We're talking about a foundation. This is crazy. I'm super excited to be here. I hope you guys enjoyed this research that I've done. I hope you've gotten some value out of it, learned more about Ethereum, learned more the issues with Ethereum, and learned more about PulseChain and why it does actually fix the problems or provide solutions to actual problems with Ethereum. You know what I mean? It's not just coming out of thin air for no reason, right? There's actually a motivation behind it, and as well the community behind it. We love it. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the video there. I hope you enjoy it. If you didn't watch, there's a video that I made that is learn crypto before investing, where I basically explain all the concepts about blocks, blockchain, miners, proof of stake, proof of work, validators and liquidity. So watch it before you start investing into crypto, so you know more about crypto, you feel more confident as you invest. I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Subscribe for more videos like this. My name is DJ Khaled, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.